Welcome back, everybody. This is UCN here, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you want to. Now, based from the title, Mulan, after watching the film, it's an hour and 45 minutes long. If you included the credits, it's almost 2 hours. Now, the film is a wasted potential. It's a live action film. It's Mulan, for God's sake. And how do I break it down in the shortest term? Mulan starts off, well, we see her as a child and she can do everything. She's the Miss Perfect. She is the chosen one in some way, in some sense. And the next scene comes in, we are introduced to the Rurons, who are the main villains of the story. And then the witch is introduced, who is a part of the villains in the story. Next, Jet Li is introduced as the Emperor, and then the witch and the main villains interact, and they do not treat the witch as kindly as you thought they would, since she is a magical weapon, literally, or a person that's on your side. And the next after that, we get introduced to, well, the messenger, or the guy who recruits people, who does the conscriptions. So Mulan's father gets conscripted, and then we know the story, right? Mulan just stakes her father's family sword and then armor and went off skedaddle. We then get introduced to the camp with Donnie Yen as the commander or captain. I'm not sure what rank he is. And then yada yada yada, training scenes, and then more interactive scenes with her Mulan's friends. But I don't really connect with any of the other characters since they're not fleshed out. We don't get to see their ambitions, why they joined, well, they volunteered in some way of fashion. And after this war, I mean, in the Disney film, at least we cared for other characters that were introduced to the story. Okay, moving on. Big battle ensues, and then Mulan magically teleports to the behind to the enemies, and then, how do we say this, bamboozles them by firing arrows, because the enemies have a trebuchet, if I'm correct, a catapult. They attack the mountain, or the what they thought was another force behind them, and the avalanche ensues. I also forgot to mention, before the avalanche. What the hell am I trying to speak to? Avalanche. Mulan and the witch gets into a scuffle, and the witch is somehow on Mulan's side, so I guess she's good. I don't know. Okay, bad guy gets defeated, and Mulan, love interest, talks, and then, well, Mulan goes back to her village town, and she gets a sword from the emperor because, she saved China and everyone. That's it. That's the story. Also, there's a phoenix that's just flying around, which is apparently just Mulan. It is her. She is the phoenix. She was just getting defeated by side characters at first, because she was acting as someone else, not who she is. So overall, there's some female empowerment happening here. No, it wasn't done good. It was bad. I didn't connect to the characters. There was a montage scene in which it was just silent. I didn't really care for much any of the characters or the story from the beginning to the end. If they were gonna do something different of their own way, if this is the different one, trying to steer off of the animated Disney classic, well, they've horribly failed and wasted lots of people's money and time, and my brain, especially my thought process. It was just, when is the movie gonna get over? And I was creating my own comedy through it, because I was watching this with my grandparents. I was just thinking a lot of stuff to make it not boring. But if you remove the things that you are ranting about or maybe trying to make fun of, it's just a film. Technical sides, no problem. It looks like a Disney budgeted film. Audio, no problemo, you know. But then, story, the writing, the fleshing out of the characters, the pacing, well, three arcs happen. The first scene, well, Mulan introduction, basically. The middle scene is the training, and the end of the middle act, second act, is the fight, right? And the third act is where the emperor gets, oh no, I've been kidnapped. My comeuppance, I'm gonna be unalive. I'm gonna be ended by this barbaric person. Well, that's it. That's the parts of the movie, and I did not enjoy it. Highest number I can give it is 5 out of 10, which means it's watchable. It's not good, it's not bad, it's in between. It's a 50% out of 100%. If it were me, give it a 5, because I'm trying to distance myself from the reference of, the Disney film and other similar stories of Mulan. I felt no accomplishments of watching the film. It's a 5 out of 10. Well,